Alright everybody, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. How y'all doing? Playing some more Starfield.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Doing some testing with the RTX 2070, 8GB, and a 7820X processor.
I am at your service, Captain.
Oh, shush. An Intel 7820X, 8-core processor. Running at 4.1 gigahertz, all core. 32 gigs of DDR3, I believe. 24 megahertz RAM. It might be 4, I'm not sure though. Let me see if I can turn this up a little for you. It's gonna get a lot bigger. There we go, okay. Alright, so you can see the frames per second. I'll put up the NVIDIA control panel, the
Hello there, Vasco.
performance
Greetings,
thing
Walter
as well.
Stroud. How may I assist you?
No, I don't need anything. Just checking in, seeing how you're doing.
At present, all systems are functioning well within established parameters.
Right. Well then, keep up the good work.
Affirmative.
So right now in here we're getting 31 frames per second. Like it's it's bouncing a little bit back and forth because of that globe, I think. But if you look over here, it's probably going to stay about a consistent 32. The frame time graph is all over the place. I mean, it looks bad, but it's not. It's not super smooth.
I am at your service, Captain.
Oh, I wish everybody's got to talk all the time. So I don't know. Oh, okay. So there's a little atrium out here, huh? Taking the sandwich. So out here, we're getting 42 frames per second, but the frame graph is like looking pretty erratic. I'm not sure why. Because the milliseconds is actually lower here than it is out there, but it is quite messed up. So the settings that I have right now, surprisingly, I am at 4K because I am in full screen mode. My desktop resolution is at 4K, and in order for me to get this near 30 frames per second all the time, I had to put the settings on low with FSR turned on at 50% resolution scale. So pretty bad. But being that I'm on a 4K monitor, 50 inches by the way, TV that is, it was better for me to go from 4K at 50% resolution scale than it would be to start out at like 1440 and then put that down further, right? Because at least here you're starting at 4K, you're going to 50%, and then you're upscaling. Whereas if I started at 1440p and then went down to 50% and upscaled it, it's going to look it's going to look worse. Okay, and I already tried, I already been through all the settings, so I'm not going to waste time doing all that. I tried to put
what is it?
I tried lower resolutions, right? Because you figure, okay, well, oh, this is 4K, right, at 50% resolution scale. So that means I should be able to go 1440p and get the same frame rate. But that's not, and then turn up, but that's not exactly how it works. I don't know why. Right? So even if I go to 1440p, you would think then, well, okay, I'll go to 1440p. I'll turn it up to like from low to high, and then I'll go to 50% resolution scale. Because that would be lower than 1440p, and that should give me good frame rates, right? No. I don't know how this game is programmed or what's going on with it, but it's not scaling well at all. I mean, I went all the way down to 1600 by 900 and put it up to high and ultra, and still could not really get above 30 frames per second, or barely. You know, and it wasn't running smoothly. So I think at that point it was probably more CPU bound than GPU bound, right? So, you know, the lower resolution you go, the worse it's going to be for your CPU. So you have to get that balance, right? So for me personally, when it comes to fidelity, if I was to play this game with my 2070, this is how I would play it. At 4K, low settings with FSR on. And now let me be absolutely clear. And I'm not ashamed to say this. And if you disagree with me, well, that's your right. But FSR sucks. FSR sucks. There's nothing good about it.
Hey, have you been up to the
Right, I turned FSR... Look, I'll turn FSR off here. Now, this is going to be in 4K, obviously, so it's going to take a hit, right? So I'm going to turn off FSR. Oh, the other thing, I did have one other thing I wanted to show you, too. All right, so right now we're at 17 frames per second, no FSR, and it's on low settings. Okay, now I do have dynamic resolution on, so that's why I'm not moving around. I forgot to shut that off. Let me shut that off. All right, now this, oh, wait. Oh, it's off because I turned FSR off. Okay. Right, so at 4K, low settings, it's getting like...
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
You know, 15... Well, we'll look in this direction. So we're getting 16 frames per second. Okay. That's not moving around. So if we're moving around, we're going to drop down to like 14. And then if we turn towards the globe, well, it's still sticking about 18. You know, but moving around, you're going to go to about 15. Right? So, and it looks terrible. It doesn't look good. I mean, it looks okay because it's in 4K. I mean, the low settings aren't like extremely terrible, you know, but once you turn FSR on, oh my god, it just looks, it's really not tolerable for me. Okay, I'm only playing this way because I'm making a video, but I try to avoid FSR as much as I can. Okay, so I had it at 50% resolution scale with dynamic resolution on. That's what I had it on, which takes us up to, you know, like 30 frames per second basically.
I honestly can't imagine being anywhere else.
You know? Yeah, I mean, obviously if you're looking like in the corner here, it's going to be 43. But outside it's worse. So we're going to go outside. Now it's still going to get about 30 frames per second. You know, 29, 30, 31, right? And again, I have dynamic resolution on. So it's going to try to like push to 60 as much as possible, right? Because I have it set, my refresh rate is 60, right? Because I got VSync on. But the maximum it's going to be able to get is 30. right? Because that's just all it's going to be able to get at 4K. And you can see here that we're going below 30 frames per second moving around, right? But if, even at 4K, I mean, you're not going to tell in my video because I'm using the NVIDIA encoder. So it's going to, and I'm recording in 1080p 60, so it's re-encoding 4K video to 1080p. So in the video it's going to look better. You know, so I can't really show you necessarily what it looks like unless I put like a thumbnail. You know, I could probably take a picture of a thumbnail.
Brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
But like with FSR on, it's pixelated. The water definitely don't look that great. You know, people look like more clay than ever. There's a lot of jagged edges. I mean, look at, I don't know if you can see off in the distance there. See the jaggedy flickering? I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. I mean, you can see it everywhere. You can see it there. I mean, it's just horrible. Like, is it playable? Well, yes. I mean, if this is all you got to work with, then fine, you know? More power to you, right? Like I said, it's tolerable. Like if this is all you had to do, if this was your only option to be able to play this game, and you really wanted to play this game, well then I guess you would do it. But everybody says FSR is a good technology. It's not. It's not a good technology. It's just not. Now again, I have an older CPU. I'm using an older GPU. But I could tell you right now I can tell you that if we were using DLSS, right? And I know that AMD fanboys don't want to hear this.
Rifle already stowed. Fuel?
If we were, come on, this frickin' oxygen. Goodness gracious, aren't we in like a dome or something? Why am I running out of oxygen? Oh, probably because of the thing I picked in the beginning. When you're on the planet, I thought I picked when you're on the planet you actually have more, but I don't know, whatever. This game is really stupid when it comes to scientific logic. Wow, a whole 20 experience. So, if you look at these edges here, you can see them kind of jaggedy. Hopefully, I guess you're going to be able to see them. Especially way off in the distance, right? You see it even more like way off in the distance. See, like especially up there. Look at that. That's not the lighting. That's the textures. So, if we had DLSS, even if we had only achieved the same frame rate that we're getting here, that FSR is getting, all that would be gone. All those jagged edges would be gone. All that flickering would be gone. It would be all gone. So, it would still be a lower quality image probably, but it would be much more crisp. Right? It'll be a better looking game no matter what. Right? And you'd probably be using less CPU power too. So the fact that they didn't put DLSS in this game is a crime. It's a game development crime. Okay?
Are you working toward
And the reason why they did, and the reason why AMD encouraged Bethesda, and they did, because that's what a partnership means, is use our tech, use our tech, use our tech, right? Because, you know, when you're partners, you're helping each other. That's what a partnership is. Okay? They could have easily put DLSS in here. Easily.
I can't eat anything besides red harvest.
I keep hearing people saying, no, it's not that easy. You're making it so simple. And I've heard developers say that. Really? Look, if indie developers can put DLSS in their games, then you can. Period. Right? If indie developers who really don't have hardly any budget and have a small team can put DLSS into their games, then Bethesda can. Right? Because I'm sure that they can grab one of their 250 employees. I mean, do you really have to be an engineer to put DLSS in? I mean, they can't train like one of those 200 people to like do it. I mean, modders can do it. Are they engineers? I mean, tell me. So this is the maximum. This is the lowest that I'm going to go. 29 to 30 frames per second. And this is a pretty heavy duty area. Oh my god. Now I got to put my suit back on because I have to go out to the planet. I'm going to show you a grassy area. Alright, so I think, let me just see if I got my helmet on. Alright, yeah, so I got my helmet on now. So I don't know if I can teleport outside here. Let me go to the planet. Let me go to planet view here. Or can you go to planet view? How do you go to planet view? I thought it was M. Maybe we gotta go to the ship. You're carrying too much again? How can I be carrying too much? Yeah, it's very annoying. I don't hardly have anything. How can I be carrying too much? That's so stupid. Like, I hate when they have carrying like weight limits. So stupid. Like, you know, give me like a quantity limit. That would be fine, right? That would be better. But not a weight limit. You know. You know, say I can only carry 100 items or something, and that's it. And you're full, right? It's just so stupid. See, I don't even know if any of this stuff is any good. I mean, I'm still too big. So now I'm at 135. See, this is lesser, but tunnel mining. Oh, this is the constellation pack. So what do you do with this one? Just drop it? I mean, I could sell it, I guess. I'm still at 135. Like, none of this stuff should have any weight. I mean, it's silly. Annoying. Vial, I don't know. Let's get rid of it. Toilet paper. I guess that doesn't have mass. Oh my god. How many guns do I have? Where's the guns? Alright, so some of this stuff might be. So this is let me get the big gun here. Although that one's not. It's about the same. Oh, I have a lot of axes. I didn't see that. I don't need all these guns either. Alright, so I'm back down to 130. Ugh. So there we go. Alright, so let's go to ship. Let's go to the ship. And then I'm going to go outside to a grassy area and see what the frames per second is. Alright, so, oh wait. How do we do this? There we go. Oops. So this is where I was before. Let's see here. Alright, so landing area. So I was out here to the landing area. So let's go to there. Wait, what's going on now? I don't know what's going on here. Let's go here. What do you mean fast travel to ship? I'm already in the ship. What are they talking about? I'm in the ship. Whoa. Oh. Alright. So let's check out this, where's that unknown place? Now I can't see it. Alright, so how do you land now again? I forget. Set landing, okay. Got that. Set landing. Oh, land X. It's covered up by the NVIDIA thing. I just started playing this morning, so. But that city there is a good test. And I'm not sure about here. Alright, so this is not the grassy area. Yeah, this isn't the grassy area that I was in before. So let's see if we can do something. Let's see if we can go. Wow, it's very choppy. What's going on here? Whoa. What was that? We went down to 2 frames per second. Whew. That wasn't good. Yeah, let's get here. I think this is where the grass was. Yeah. Alright, so here's some grass. This looks really bad. God, FSR, yuck. I'm sorry to say that, man, but FSR is just yuck. This just looks so terrible. My video is not even going to reflect that, which is unfortunate. Now, if you turn up the grass quality, like right now it's at 31, right? So if I turn up the grass quality, just the grass quality to like say ultra, well even high. See, now we lost a couple frames. See? You lose like 2 frames, 3 frames per second. So, you know, that does make a little bit of a difference. Yeah, I just can't believe like how low you have to put everything. It's crazy. Yeah, it just doesn't look good, man. FSR is just epic fail. Like, they should not have left out DLSS. But we are holding steady. I mean, my settings, which are really not really much of a big deal. I mean, I am holding about 30. That dynamic resolution is keeping it at 30, but the game ain't looking very good. Now in the ship, we're probably going to still get around 30, right? Now, if we go to 1440p, now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to change it to windowed mode first and see what it does. So we're going to go to 1440, right? Everything at low. Everything's going to be low. Oh, I don't have any sharpening on, but that doesn't really make it look better. Really, it doesn't. You know, I mean, maybe inside here where everything's kind of has more, you know, straight edges, I guess you could say. It's not really going to make it look much better. And again, I am on a 50-inch screen, so I guess if you were on like a 20-inch screen, I don't know, I still don't think it would look any good. Alright, so we're going to go to 1440p, windowed mode, and we're going to see, because we have to do it that way. So we're going to go to half resolution with everything pretty much the same. And but see, that may not be indicative of what's what. So I'm going to change the desktop resolution to 1440p. I don't know if that's going to mess up the GPU. I hope not. I hope it doesn't mess up the video. Alright, so then what I'll be able to do is go to full screen now, right? So now I'll be able to go to full screen since it's at 1440. Alright, so now we're at 40 frames per second inside. But again, everything looks that much worse. Because now we're at 50% resolution scale at 1440. Now we could take off dynamic resolution. and see if that does anything to the frames. Alright, so okay, so we can turn off at least dynamic so that at least it stays somewhat consistent. So you can go 1440p low. With FSR 50% resolution scale. Alright, inside your ship. And you'll be getting the upper 30s, mid to upper 30s. Outside, let's see what we get outside. We're getting about the same. Ooh, what's that? Oh, why? I gotta figure out how to put this stuff on a wheel. There has to be a way to put it in the wheel or whatever you call it. It's funny, like the damage so low. Let's check that out. Whoa. Oh! Boy, they were not happy with me. They weren't happy with me at all. Alright, so, you know, we are getting nearly 40 frames per second, depending on where you are, you know, upper 30s in the grass, but I mean, everything just looks like crap. I mean, I wish you could notice it. It's just, it's not good. It's like looking through like a, I don't know how to describe it, like one of those windows that has like that kind of like frosty look to it. Just imagine like one of those like windows, but it's translucent, right? So you'd be able to see through, but it's still got that kind of you know, frosty look to it, or crystally look to it, right? And that's what the grass looks like. Like that's the grass. So, and then, you know, the stuff off in the distance is just, I mean, see all that flickering you see is not the light. That's pixels. That's pixelation. That's not the moonlight, you know, or whatever. There is no moonlight. You know? So let's go to the city and see how the city is. We're gonna go to the city. Let's see how, wow. So See, even in the city, we're just getting like low 30s. And then if you're in front of the water, well, normally when the water actually looks like water, that doesn't even look like water. Oh my God, you can't even like see the ripples. You want to see the difference? I'll show you the difference. Like that's no ripples. Like nothing. You can hear the water, but you don't even see it moving. So I'm gonna put the graphics up. I don't know how. I don't know what it would be. Particle quality maybe? Nope, that's not it. Interesting. Let's see here. Huh. Well, let's just turn everything up to high. Ugh. Just FSR is just horrible. Alright, I'm confused here. There's like no water. Oh, there we go. Finally. I guess it took when you're real close, you see it. Now it's coming back a little. And it still looks like crap. Isn't that crazy? So let's turn FSR off. Like you can barely see the ripples there. Let's turn FSR off. And now you can start seeing like the water ripples. See, that's what it looks like. Over there you can't though, but and we're getting 22 frames per second. And you still can't see the water here. Pretty horrible, man. The frame times are going nutsy. Oh. I didn't realize how deep this was. Let me go over here. I don't know how to holster the weapon. Alright, that's kind of annoying. So you kind of see the ripples there now. But the quality still is not great. Even though everything's on high. Right, but if we turn FSR on, alright, now you see it a little bit more now. I guess when I jumped in it loaded the textures. So we're still getting 20 frames per second. Right? So FSR is on. Oh, it's at 100%, that's why. Sorry. Forgot to turn that back. So if we put it back to 50, I mean, we could try putting it at 75, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Dynamic resolution off. So if we go up to FSR with 75, we're still at 20. I'm not sure why. See, it didn't really do anything. So if I put it at 50, now we're at 25. So maybe it's because of the water. Alright. Alright, so when we're up here, yeah, we're still at 25, so it's like, we can try to turn it down to medium. So if you want a little, a little bit better quality, you're going to have lower frame rates, but it looks like 1440 medium, the water it's going to probably drop. Yeah. Yeah.
Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an app.
That's funny.
Application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems.
Alright, so even though we're at, around 30 frames per second with 50% resolution scale, the game looks like crap. It really does. It doesn't look good. Can you play it? Yes. I think I would rather just do 4K low, 30 frames per second. I mean, that would be better. But FSR, it just doesn't do anything to make the experience better for me. This is just unacceptable for a game to look like this. I mean, when you have games out there like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, I know that they're different kind of games, but even Horizon Zero Dawn, I mean, what makes these games so much more demanding? I don't get it. I mean, even Cyberpunk, would run better than this. So let's put it back down to low, because it looks like, I mean, you can turn down, like, you can play with these, but it really doesn't make a big difference, because it's just, in order to get a significant jump in frame rates, you got to turn everything down. That's the point. That's the point. Yes? Oh, this guy.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it! Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars.
Mm-hmm. It's me.
Then the day is truly blessed. Because for a moment, I wasn't sure if you were real or just another hallucination. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Agreed, this is clearly destiny.
I know, right? And you can try to fight destiny, but you probably aren't going to win. Although, if I'm being honest, I'd wager you could beat just about anything, even theoretical concepts. But why would you, in this case? Either way, It's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna just bring him. I'll tolerate his annoyance. Oh, here we go, a costume.
Good point. I'll start working on it right away, as soon as I learn how to sew. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. Do you have an academy where fans can practice groveling at your feet? If not, I can start one.
Wow. Okay. Welcome aboard.
You won't be disappointed.
Manage your crew, review and change their assignments. Different crew have different skills which enhance your ships. Okay. So what am I doing with him now? I don't know. Change it during fans assignment. What is he doing? I'm not sure. What do you do here? What does it do? Does he... I'm confused. Concealment. No. Scavenging? One of two. What does that mean? One of two people, I guess? I don't know. Anyway. I'll figure it out later. This just doesn't look good at all.
Versions are always so buggy, though.
This is not good. Alright, anyway, so I guess we can kind of see where we're at here again. I mean, you could go to medium. I guess that'll look a little bit better. I mean, if you go to 75%, then you're hovering right around that 30 mark, so you could do that. It still looks crappy. Not, I mean, it just looks, it looks better, but it still looks crappy. So it's like better looking crappy. But see, now we're dropping below 26. So I don't think, that's not really going to be acceptable. That's why I was saying 4K is better. Now we can try to do 1080p. Right, with FSR on, but, or let me shut it off actually, I don't know why I did that. Let's turn off FSR. Everything's on low.
Want to challenge your instincts and hone
So
those
even
training
low looks
skills?
bad
Ryujin's
at
hiring the
1440.
best and brightest of today for our future.
So I'm gonna change to 1080. And then I'm going to change the desktop to 1080.
Tomorrow. Submit your application now at the nearest
Do you
kiosk.
think the documentary about your life will be
So this
made
is
in some
1080p.
And who do you think? Do you need anything? Your clothes cleaned, your boots polished, your mirror shine.
Broadened our hiring. Maybe that would change.
Let's trade gear. How do you do that?
I doubt it.
Certainly. I consider myself the curator of your item museum.
I'm confused. So this is what he has?
Gladly.
So
I'll do my best to preserve.
I don't understand the trading gear part. Let's see. Huh. So let me turn off NVIDIA for a second. So Adoring Fan Q. Ah, keep doing it. Oh, I like that. Hey, what happened? Yeah. So I gotta give this to the Adoring Fan? No. I don't know.
That was a good talk. It'll be hard to top it, but
So at 1080p low, again we're hovering around 30 in the city here. Everything looks pretty bad. It doesn't look good at all. And that's without upscaling. It just does not look good at all. I mean, we can try to turn everything up to medium. I mean, we can go to ultra. Let's try ultra. We can go ultra. The FSR will be on. I'll put it on 50%. We'll put the sharpening up to 50. So everything's on ultra. Dynamic resolution is on. And it's at 50% resolution scale. So like everything looks really like not good. And it doesn't matter anyway because we're not even making 30 frames per second. It just looks terrible. I mean, I would say 1080p is not even a thing. Like, don't even go there. Don't even do it. Medium. Medium, it looks like you might be able to hover around 30 again. But you might as well just go up to 1440p, you know what I'm saying? You know, even if you have a 1080p monitor, if you have an NVIDIA card, you can enable DSR and set your desktop resolution to 4K and then play the game at 4K, you know, on low with FSR on 50%, and it will probably look better than this, because this is not acceptable. This is just terrible. You know, I know you guys can't see it in the video. It's a shame. I mean, everything just looks blurry, pixelated. It's just not good. Not good at all. So let's travel to the ship. Let's go to the ship. Because I'll give it a chance, man. Somebody get up here. Yeah, I mean this doesn't look good at all. I mean it's running at 30, but it's not good. You know, and this is with FSR. It's just not gonna work. And that's with everything on high. Like I don't know what any of these things do, except for the shadowing. Like, where's the texture resolution adjustment? Like there is none. You know what I'm saying? There's like none. Like I don't know what they're doing. Like what this I don't know what they're doing in this game. Like the development process in it. It's just it's unreal. You know, we can go on low again, right? Low. Sharpening up to say 30. We can put the render resolution up to we can take yeah, put the resolution scale to 100. I'm not really sure if that does anything. And then we'll alright, it froze. It crashed. It crashed. Oh, there we go. Alright, so in the ship, okay, remember, in the ship, not outside. We can get 30 frames per second.
Oh my God, I'm literally following in your footsteps, right?
So FSR 100% low with dynamic. We're getting 30 in the ship.
It's so cool.
So what we'll do is get back in the ship again. We'll take off.
Space, the blackest sea. Where shall we swim to next, oh wise and formidable captain?
Take it easy there, buddy. Take it easy. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the grassy knoll. See how it looks there. I mean, there is no like GPU bottleneck or anything. It seems like the CPU and GPU are working pretty hard together. The GPU's at 99 and the CPU's at 35%. It is an 8-core CPU, so you know. So again, it's at 30, which is good, but you can see the frame time graph is pretty nasty. So you can get a solid 30, it looks like. A little bit over even. And it actually does look a little bit better. Not a lot better. But it definitely looks better than having FSR on. But it still looks pretty bad. You know, I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to I'm not gonna butter it up at all, man. It doesn't look good. This game looks like it's, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I need to figure out how to equip stuff in the little this thing. How do you equip stuff? You know? I don't know how to equip stuff. I feel dumb. So I do have skill point, 1 skill point. Woohoo! What's wrong here? Oh, you can, oh, okay. Huh. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Alright, so what else we got here? Physical, let's do physical. Boxing, fitness, and 10% more oxygen, that's good. Maximum health, I think oxygen might be better. Use up all available oxygen 20 times, I guess that's probably easy. So what does that mean? You have to, does that mean you die? Or does that just mean you run out of oxygen? See, I have better oxygen now. Ooh, what's that thing? What is that? That doesn't sound good. Is my health low? No. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all, man. What is that thing? That looks like a... Oh my god, frickin' reload! I can't believe it won't reload if you're moving fast. It has more health still? How do they get health back? Oh. It's regenerating. So why don't I get any loot? Yeah, this doesn't look good at all, man. This looks really bad. It's really pixelated. Look at all that shimming going on. It's really bad. It doesn't, you can't tell in the video. Intestinal infection. Why do I have an intestinal infection? Ugh, this just looks so bad. Ugh, it's just... It just looks terrible. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go back to 4K and see how that looks. So I'm gonna have to change desktop resolution again. How am I gonna do that now? I gotta go over here. Display 2. We're gonna put it back up to 4K. We're gonna change it back to 60. Okay, I blipped it out. I probably should have windowed it first. Hmm. Yeah, I probably should have, crap. It's funny that it won't go back to the... So I have to restart it. Which means I have to go back to... I'll end up back in the city. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hopefully the recording's good. So everything's on low. Gonna have to put it on 50%. Let's continue. I don't know where it's saved. It's saved when I turn level 4, I guess. Let's see where I am. Oh, nice. Huh, interesting. So, yeah, I mean, even at 4K, it still looks like crap. It doesn't look any better. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. I don't see. There's no texture. You can't change the textures, you know? I mean, sharpening it's not going to do anything either, because that's just going to make everything all blend together. Yeah, I mean, it looks really bad. But I mean, this would look better though, probably on a smaller screen, if you ran it at 4K, you know what I'm saying? But it still looks really bad. It just does not look good at all. So the FSR cannot save an RTX 2070. It just can, it doesn't, it doesn't help make the game run better at all. So that's one time. I wonder if you can cheat and just trigger it 20 times. So I ran out of oxygen again. I wonder if you get hurt when you run out of oxygen. Whoa, my goodness. Nah, I guess you don't really get hurt. Ah, this just looks so bad. My God. Doesn't look good at all. Let me see. I wish I could take a screenshot. I don't know why I don't have the screenshot set up. I don't know if photo mode will help. I mean, it does look crappy. Just as crappy. Alright, how do you toggle... take photo toggle menu. Alright, so... there, I don't know where it's saved. Yeah, this just looks really bad. Ugh. You know? You know, this is at 4K too, right? So... oh. Wonder if I got the big gun. Let's see. I wonder what happens if I use my axe. Whoa. Alright, let me eat. Because I'm half dead here. .4% health. That's terrible. This is a big guy right here, man. Well, axe is pretty effective. I guess I gotta melee 20 things, huh? To level up. Oh! Too many. Way too many. What is that thing? A bird? Wow, that's it? 15? Wow, that thing's tough. Wow, it killed them all, huh? That's messed up. Messed up, man. Alright, I guess I gotta change back to something else. It wasn't me. Kill the local wildlife, huh? Well, you can get lost out here. Whoa. Is this a boundary? Probably a boundary. I probably can't go down there. That's pretty bad looking. Pretty bad. Now, where's my ship? Way over there? Somewhere? Yeah, so anyway, I think that's all I need to say. I mean, it's possible that, you know, my processor might not be up to par, but I don't think that's the case. I just think the 2070 is not going to do it, you know? This is the best you can get, you know? Either do 1440p low or 4K low with FSR. You know, that's about it. But the game, no matter what you do, is going to look like crap. And I can show you that I did turn it down to even lower. You would think that if you turned it down, right, to a lower resolution, because usually like 900p is a good resolution. Like 768 is also good. So if I turn on dynamic, put resolution scale up to 100, FSR, okay, so that's really small now, see? Now it's saying 60 frames per second, but that's not really accurate. Because if I turn the desktop resolution, I don't even know if it's going to let me go that low. Let's see. Yeah, it will. So if we put that to 60, it might. So then what we'll do is we'll put the display at full screen, dynamic resolution on, FSR on. Alright, so this is 768. And, well, I mean, if I turn FSR off, I don't know what that will do. I don't even know if FSR is doing anything right now. Nah, not really. So we're at like 36 frames per second, 35 frames per second. So if we turn everything up to medium, let's turn everything up to medium. Oh, no motion blur. Turn everything up to medium. Alright, FSR is off. See, like it looks a little better, actually. And I'm on a 50-inch screen, right? So, and again, look at the frame times. Like, why would it be getting worse? I guess because it's more CPU bound, but even so, it's like, I don't know, man. So you could do 768. Now see, the dynamic resolution is working, so let's turn that off. Oh, it is off. So I don't know if, like, when you put FSR on at 100, right, what it's actually doing, except for making this sharpening thing turn on. So maybe that's really all it's good for. I mean, it looks like it actually messes up the performance, the FSR. I don't know. It's just something just off about this game, man. So if we turn FSR off, oops, darn it, hit the wrong thing. Alright, now we're at 28 frames per second. Why did it go up? Oh, why did it go down? It was just at 30. Yeah, so I mean, really what you have to do is put, I don't know. Let's put it on ultra. Turn down this ambient occlusion, because that does make a difference. Motion blur down, and we'll turn the grass quality down to medium. And the shadows down to high. So basically put everything on high. Let's see what that does. Nah, it didn't really do anything. I mean, it's the same, right? So yeah, you're better off just put everything on low, FSR off. This is just terrible. You know, it's just really, really sad. Grass quality you could probably put up to like medium. At least let the grass look good, right? Let's see if we can put it on high. Nah, I mean, you can get like 30-ish. See, this is more CPU bound, so again, I think it'd be better to turn everything up to medium. So that you have some more GPU power, right? Let's see here. See, the GPU is at 99% now. See, it's weird. It's like everything's blurry. Like, I don't understand. Like, why it's blurry. Like, I don't understand what it's doing with the textures. Like, what is happening with the textures? Like, 8 gigs of RAM should be enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I would say this is probably a better one yet, you know. I mean, it's so low resolution, I know, but still. It would look better on a smaller screen, I guess, but it still looks like crap. But I think it looks better than having FSR on, and at least you'll be able to turn some of the settings up to medium, you know. And this is like native, so they're not being upscaled, you know. If I put it on high, it's going to go too low, unfortunately, you know, 'cause we already tried that, right? So it's not going to work. Particle quality we could probably put on low. Volumetric lighting on low. Reflections low. So shadow quality high, indirect lighting medium, contact shadow medium. Let's see what we got going on there. So we're still about the same. And everything looks crappy. It still doesn't look great at all. But it's hard to really tell what to do. Like, I still think 4K is the way to go. That's probably going to be the best thing. 4K. Whoops, sorry. 4K. Oh yeah, let me do something first. let me not make that mistake again. Let me put this on windowed. That way, when I change it, it won't get all crazy again. So if we put this desktop back up to 4K, whoop, put that back up to 4K. No. Put everything on low again. Okay. Put it on full screen. Everything's on low. Oh. So, yeah, I mean, it's the same resolution. I mean, same frames per second. So I really just think that that's the best you're going to get. So this is what I would put it on this. 4K low with FSR at 50%. It still looks bad, but, you know, you're going to get the least amount of artifacts starting from a higher resolution. So, you know, that's what I would do. So, that's my recommendation. Now let's go back to the city one last time. Let me see if I can go back. Wow, I really like went off, didn't I? Can I go back to my ship? there's no grass. There it comes. Here it is. Okay, finally. So in the grassy area here, we're at the same, about 2930. Yeah, so I mean, that's it, man. Like I said, at 1440, you can go low and get like, you know, mid to upper 30s, but it really looked really bad. I mean, it looked really bad. I think this is the way to go, even though this looks bad too. I mean, look at them textures. It's funny, it looks better in the video. I don't know why. I'm not sure if that's just because it's rendering differently there. I don't know. All right, let's go back to the city so we can see what we're
Sergeant Hume is looking for reliable people to help the guard.
Wow.
Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
I'm not sure what's going on here. It takes a long time for the textures to come in. Like, it's just, I don't know. Let me save it and then load it back in again. It's just, really bad, man. Okay, wait a second. There you go. Okay. That's a little better. It still looks horrible. 'Cause I don't know if you can see, like, all the shimmying going on. It's just, the aliasing is just terrible. Like I said, DLSS would just take care of all that. It's really pixelated. Ugh. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I really want it to work so badly, you know, it's like, but it's just yuck. See, so this is 1440. So even if we turn the settings up to medium, I mean, mind you, we're at 50% resolution scale already. See, just turning it up to medium, still have all that aliasing, you know?
Want to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring the best.
You know, if you're on a 24-inch screen, it'll look better, but it's gonna look blurry as heck. I mean, all that looks blurry right there. All that looks blurry. And we're not even getting 30 frames per second, so I don't know. You might as well just go with the 4K, man. It's like, that's what I'm saying. 4K. That's really the best. See, if you could go 4K medium, even, you know? If you could just do 4K medium, it still looks bad, but I mean, it still looks bad. But it doesn't look as bad, you know? It's just, I don't know, it's just weird, man, that you can't even go 4K low, you know? Like 4K low. Like, why can't you do that? Like, you should be able to do that, right? 4K low. But 4K low with no upscaling, it's at 15 frames per second. I mean, it looks a lot better. You still have like a ton of aliasing going on. And again, this is why DLSS is important. Because this is not an enjoyable playing experience on any resolution with my PC setup. And this is not a bad PC setup. You know, I have an 8-core 16-thread processor, right? That's still running above 4 gigahertz. Yes. How are you? You know, and a RTX 2070 is not a terrible card. You know, it's not. It's a 2060 Super with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. FSR is useless. It is. It's useless. I don't think it's good at all in any scenario.
What?
And I play at 4K, so I know. Right?
Working at the office of Interstellar Affairs.
If you have FSR, if you have an NVIDIA card and you use FSR and DLSS, you're always going to go with DLSS. Or even XESS. Like in Cyberpunk, XESS was better than FSR even in that game. You know? This isn't really great.
Something to report?
But, you know, you can get close to 30 frames per second. You know, again, you can go up to 1440 if you just want to, like, edge out the little extra frames there. But it still doesn't look good. You know? It just doesn't look good. Yeah, there really isn't any difference between 4K. I mean, I would go with the 4K. Because, you know, you can't turn any of this up. And if you put the resolution scale up to like 60, even 60, let's say even 65, I don't think that's going to keep it above 30. No. Maybe around 30. But is that really acceptable? I don't think it is. They need to put DLSS in here. In order for me to give them a good review, really, I can't recommend it. You know? If you don't have anything newer than say a 3060 or I would say like a 2080 Ti. I just don't know how you would like to play this game. I mean, I don't. Even a 2080 Super is probably not going to be enough. You know? I would say a 2080 Ti. I'm going to do a testing on that too. So I'm definitely going to be doing a 2080 Ti next. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. That's the best I can do. Peace. Bye.